Yeah, man. Hot.
Fake news number one. It's fake news.
Lawyer Bert Samuels reacting to news reports Tuesday that the Privy Council had denied DJ vybz Kartel's appeal against his 2014 murder conviction. The British court with something to say, but not what was initially reported.
To appeal to the Privy Council, you must get the leave of the Jamaican Court of Appeal. That court approved 4 grounds of appeal. 4 grounds. We said fine, and like any other lawyer, you go to the Privy Council now to see if you can get some additional grounds. In addition to the 4 grounds, we sought to get 3 additional grounds, one of which I was very passionate about. The Privy Council, without hearing our arguments, sat by itself and said, we are not allowing these additional grounds, but the 4 grounds, they cannot refuse to hear them. They have not refused to hear them. They will be heard later this year, latest early next year. So it is fake news.
So fake news, good news, at least for now, to the heirs of Kartel and 3 others also locked away for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams. But tell me, when you saw this today, what was your immediate reaction?
I said to myself, there we go with people seeking headlines, with fake news. It is so wrong. Persons who don't understand the system hear that you have lost the opportunity to argue additional grounds and are treating it as though it is the appeal. It is not.
I mean, people lose hope and they lose confidence. What happens at that point?
Well, with the lapse of a decade since they're in prison, it's difficult to tell someone sitting across from you and you're going to go home that they should continue to wait. They have been frustrated. They have been asking, and we've been able to go to them periodically. I've never visited another client as often as I've visited Sean Campbell.
But you also have a crowd out there that says, these guys were convicted of murder. I'm not going to waste my sympathy on them.
The pre-trial publicity on this case has caused many members of the public to say, oh, they are guilty already. But because we are devoted to due process, and we are devoted to the fact that every man must have his day in court, we don't turn much attention to that kind of mob attitude.
Isn't the essence of your appeal that I can get my client off this charge based on something procedural, something that the court should have done and didn't do, as opposed to what the public might think of as actual guilt?
Yeah, well, listen to this. Part of the case, the appeal, is the jury management of this case. Can you imagine that a man who is accused and has been convicted of bribing the other jurors was allowed to remain with the jurors and for them to give a verdict?
You know what everybody keeps going back to though? Those voice notes. They seemed so self-incriminating.
And those voice notes came from a phone which the police took and used whilst it was in the station. That's one of the grounds of appeal. The contamination of a phone. People can superimpose your voice on anything.
Is there a sense that the vybz Kartel issue, it's receded from the popular imagination?
You are so wrong. The moment he walks out of that prison, it's going to be similar, I hate to say this, with the release of Mandela. Because he's so popular worldwide. Which other artist has had the follow of Fox News in America, the most conservative television station? Whether or not you like him, he's phenomenal.
What does it say about the system, though, that a Fox News would have had access to those sound clips from vybz Kartel?
Don't know.
Come on, Bert. You don't know. When has Bert not known?
I don't know when these tapes were made. I don't know. He's not my client. Ask his attorney. But to be honest, we have converged as a team, and we represent all of the accused at the moment.
Samuel's also representing Great Is He DJ Popcorn in his defamation suit against the police. So, what's the latest?
Well, rather than them throwing in the towel, do you believe they filed a defense? Part of which was, We didn't publish it. Neither did we cause it to be published. You want to hear what happened? We found the email that the Jamaica Constabulary Force network, news network, pushed it out on. There were 94 recipients. So we have countered that part in a reply to their defense to say that you have, and we have the proof of it, we sent the email contacts list to them in the reply, where it showed that they sent it to 94 recipients, half of which were news houses in Jamaica in the Caribbean. So they have slaughtered my client, saying their defense that they didn't cause it to be published, neither did they publish it. And they were caught with their hands in the cookie jar with 94 recipients of their email sending out the falsehood that one, he was arrested for cocaine, that no other news media seemed to have caught, and that he has a conviction for marijuana, which is a criminal offense committed by the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
So Kartel keeping hope alive, and Popcorn set to count more millions, at least according to Bert Samuels. Latest 2027. Scale of 1 to 10. Kartel winning his appeal.
Scale of 1 to 10, 8.
Popcorn having a successful outcome in his matter against the police.
10 out of 10.
When you violate it, I go hurt.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. She took the lean, the